So, hello everybody. I actually filmed a little bit on this when I first got these guys and talked about it, and the setup was all nice and clean and pretty. And for whatever reason, that bit of video was corrupted on my camera. I have no idea why. When I went to upload it, it just said, file cannot be found. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. It has been about 4 days, 5 days. I think today is Tuesday, and I got these guys Saturday. And anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't read the title, there's little crayfish in here. And we're actually about to get whacked by a hurricane tonight. So I thought I'd make a quick video before we end up without power or anything. But anyway. And as you can notice, literally, if you can see them, there's little tiny tadpoles in here. Because the frogs apparently got in here and had themselves an orgy the other night. Because I didn't put a cover on my... This is just a cement tub, by the way. There's no filter in here. And no bubbler. Just a cement tub with some clean water and water plants, as you can see. And I'm not entirely sure what these water plants are called. This stuff grows all over Florida. And it's, you can buy it at pet stores and everything. I think it's called... I don't know what it's called. If you guys know what this stuff is called, tell me. I grow plants for a living, and I don't know what this stuff is called. But everything eats it. The turtles eat it. Crayfish eat it. The fish eat it. Snails eat it. It's edible. It's everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's native. I hope so. I think so. But anyway, it grows everywhere. And anyway, yeah, frogs had a lovely orgy in my little pond tub here. Look at the little tadpoles. And, of course, they crapped and everything in my water. But it's still very clear for sitting out here for 4 days. And, yeah. So, I'm trying to figure out what to tell you guys, because I talked about all this in the first video. And, of course, lost it. But let's see if we can see the little crayfish. Let's see. I bought them off of eBay, of course. You can go catch crayfish here in Florida all over the place. And these are actually a native species here in Florida. Oh, yeah, they're there. Look at them. Can you see them? Look at them right there. Can you see it through the glare of the water? I'm trying to get it to where you can... There's no glare. There they are. My phone... My camera's not waterproof. I'm trying not to drop in the water. There they are. Look at them. All underneath and inside the plants here. And, yeah, they're just in a... I don't know, a large cement mixing tray. It's only a few inches. And crayfish are pretty good. They don't really need a bubbler. And they can live in some pretty funky water. If you've ever caught crayfish out in the wild, they can live in some of the muckiest, nastiest spots. And so far they are doing pretty amazing. In fact, they've all been shedding like crazy. And at first I was a bit upset that there was literally thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of frog eggs in here. But now that they're hatching, my little crayfish, which I bought about an inch, and some of the bigger ones have already molted twice. It's crazy. I know, I come out here at another flashlight. I've been watching them. I'm crazy, don't worry. And they're eating the tadpoles. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave the tadpoles in there, and apparently the crayfish will have an extra source of protein and grow even larger and faster. But, I forget the species name of these guys. They're the native crayfish here in Florida. And, actually, there's, when buying and researching these, I've never really raised crayfish. I used to do reptiles and everything back in the day, and do plants and goats and chickens now. But, even the self-cloning marbled crayfish are just a mutation of a native crayfish here in Florida. And in fact, setting up crayfish traps with my brother, we have caught the marbled parthenogenetic self-cloning crayfish in multiple spots, you know, throughout Florida here. So I'm wondering if they're more common than people say they are, you know, those self-cloning crayfish. But there's so many crayfish species here in Florida now, native and non-native and mixed up, you know. You can catch everything. But yeah, these guys are pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to say in this video, because I already said it all. I like eating crayfish. I'm like, I want to try raising crayfish so I can eat them. These are the thoughts that go through my head, you know. It's like I go to the store and like, yeah, I want to grow that plant so I can eat its fruit. That's the only thought process I have on everything. It's whether I can stick it in my pie hole or not. But anyway, I thought I'd do this setup and let you guys know how it goes, you know. Like I said, we're literally just out back here in my backyard on my porch. I have a cement mixing tub, no filter, no bubbler, just some live plants. This gets shade half the day and gets a bit of sun the rest of the day. I was going to put them in my greenhouse, but they got too hot. The water got too hot through the plastic roof, and that wasn't going to work. So I found the water plants are very happy, and they're keeping the water very clean with half sun. You know, later in the afternoon, the plants are getting plenty of sun, and they've actually grown quite a bit. The bundle I got here, which I went and picked up at the pet store, and they've put on like 6 inches of growth in just a few days. These water plants, which again, I gotta go look up and see what these are actually named. And yeah, so there you go, guys. I'm gonna make videos and follow along here. You know, I've never really raised crayfish, never really been too much into fish, but I've always wanted a big saltwater tank. But anyway, I'm gonna see how this goes. You know, I've raised tilapia in the past and whatnot, and done tilapia, but never crayfish. So I'm very curious. I'm hoping the crayfish will be easier than the tilapia because they are native, so they should be able to take when the water gets cold. You know, I was raising crayfish the year before, last year, and even in my greenhouse, we got so cold, the tilapia were dying. I'm like, oh shit. You tilapia can't even take it when the water gets down to, you know, 40 degrees and you start dying on me. That's pretty bad. And I lost like 90% of my tilapia during the winter because I don't want to put heaters in them. I don't want to do all this fancy stuff. I want them to be able to survive on their own. And, you know, I know tilapia survive. They're in lakes all throughout Florida and the Gulf Coast and everything. But, you know, tub in my greenhouse is not a lake and does not thermoregulate as well. So the water got too cold and killed my tilapia. You know, apparently they don't like when there's ice forming on the top of their water. Go figure. But I'm hoping these guys, being native species and whatnot, can take the cold a little better. You know, we'll see how they do. So far, they're happy eating little tadpoles and eating plants and having me just sit here and yak to you about it while you're looking at a bunch of plants in the water. And, oh, there's one, you see him? And they've actually grown quite a bit. Look at that one just shed. She's nice and white. Look at them. And I think I put 18 in here. I'm very happy with them. They're doing very well. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Look at them right there. There you go. That's a good shot. And beautiful little devils. Look at them. And I'm just happy the water's staying nice and clear. It hasn't gotten cloudy or anything. And the plants seem to be doing their job. I plan on seeing how these guys go as a trial. And if they do well, these are the same tubs that I grow my water chestnuts in. So I have literally hundreds of them because I grow hundreds of pounds of water chestnuts every year. And thousands of pounds, you know. And I'm going to try it setting up this way. And then if I can, I'm going to try raise them in my water chestnut tubs alongside the water chestnuts. I'm a bit worried they may eat the water chestnut stalks and plants, but we'll have to test that out and see how they do. Because even though there's the water plants in here, which they were nibbling on and eating, ever since the frogs had their little freaking sex party in here and literally plopped tons of shit, which is all that, and literally thousands of eggs, they are going to town. First, they were eating the eggs like crazy. They were sitting on top of the plants. I was out here at night with my flashlight watching them. I'm a little crayfish stalker, you know. And they were literally eating the eggs off the surface of the water. And now the eggs are hatching, and the little tadpoles are going down to the bottom, and they are eating the tadpoles like crazy. They are just going to town on them. And I think that's why they're growing so fast. Or they've molted twice, some of them. And, you know, I bought them. They came in little containers, and they're like, gosh, they're so little. And some of them have tripled in size in not even a week. It's insane. I didn't even realize these guys grow so fast. But the water's warm, there's plenty of food, and they're just molting. And they're like double in size every time they molt. Pretty crazy. But, yeah, I'm going to leave the video here, guys. You know, this is what I do. I grow food, and I like eating animals, you know. Sorry if you don't. I eat lots of plants too, you know, mostly fruit. A lot of fruit. It's 90% of what I grow is fruit trees and sweet things. But you gotta balance it out with some savory every once in a while, right? And why not balance it out with some, you know, attempted tilapias. Didn't work. So let's try some crayfish. And so far, I am very happy. They are growing. They have not died on me. And they're eating, and the water is not green or cloudy or black or anything. So very interesting. These water plants are either doing their job, or maybe you just need to let frogs have an orgy in your pond, and it like keeps the water clean. I don't know. Love you guys. Grow food. Check out everything below in the description. Like and subscribe, and I will keep you updated on these if they don't die on me. You know, I was going to do that to tilapia and they all died on me. So, like, yeah, I'm just going to make a video of a bunch of dead fish floating. Yeah, that's not very entertaining, is it? So, cross your fingers. Maybe I will produce millions of crayfish. And, I don't know, have like a, you know, like a crayfish boil, crawfish boil next year. I don't know. These guys apparently produce pretty quick. I think I got a mixture of the little marbled crayfish and some of the other little native crayfish that aren't parthenogenic. And I put them all in here together. So we'll see what they do. So far, I don't think they've eaten each other. And I think they're happy. So what more can you ask for? They're eating all the frogs, though. And that's not a bad thing. Free food. Right? I don't have to do anything to get the frogs to go to town in here. They just come in here every night and you know, I had to put a screen on top because I was worried they were going to crap too much. But if they only just laid eggs, that would be good. Right? I don't know. Alright, guys. See you later. Way long of a video. Just me yakking and barely anything to see. But look at those little crayfish. There's one right there. Oh, there's two right there. Oh, there's three. And we'll see. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Look at them. Look at that huge one right there. Literally, they were not this size when I bought them. They've like tripled in size in just a few days. And there's shed parts all over in the water. I don't know if you can see them. There's a glare I can see. But there's little shed skins everywhere. Crazy. Pretty cool though. Very cool.